Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader, reading books for you. Today, I will be reading 10 Keys to Attain Happiness, based on data-backed research by RAJAT KHATRI. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Key 9. E. Exercise. Let's do it. If you don't make time for exercise, you'll probably have to make time for illness. Robin Sharma. Exercise is said to have benefits to the body, but it indeed has equal benefits at the mental state, especially at the happiness level. With the exercise, we build our muscles, stamina, and BDNF. What is BDNF? While exercising, our brain treats this as a moment of stress. As your heart pressure increases, the body releases a protein named BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. The BDNF has a protective element to your memory, which resets your brain. That's why we feel relaxed and at ease after exercising, and thus we become happy. At the same time, the brain releases endorphin, the happy chemicals that fight against stress. Researcher McGovern states this as, these endorphins tend to minimize the discomfort of exercise, block the feeling of pain, and are even associated with a feeling of euphoria. Physical exercise. New York Times best-selling author Gretchen Reynolds has emphasized on 20 minutes of activity at early morning. He has also mentioned about those 20 minutes of exercise in his book titled The First 20 Minutes, that the first 20 minutes of moving around if someone has been sedentary provide most of the health benefits. You get prolonged life, reduced disease risk. All of those things come in the first 20 minutes of being active. It's not compulsory to do rigorous exercise every day. Light exercise is equally good for generating endorphins. One can even do 3 to 4 rounds of Tabata workout. Well, Tabata is 8 rounds of exercises for 20 seconds each, and with 10 seconds of rest between those exercises. Search for Tabata Workout Beginner 1 on YouTube. The best part is that you needn't pick up any weights. These are all body movements. The all-time biggest challenge with exercise is consistency. Therefore, I'm suggesting a few things that will help you develop exercise as a habit if you find it challenging to be consistent. 1. 7-21 rule. In case you want to exercise, but you aren't consistent with it, try the 7-21 rule. 7 days. Make sure that at least you do exercise for the first 7 days. This is going to be the toughest time, but if you sail through this, exercise will slowly become a part of your routine. But you need to be cautious. For example, you need to start small for these 7 days. Generally, what happens is when we think of starting exercises, there are already a few existing bottlenecks. waking up early, getting ready for the gym, the extensive exercises, the time needed for about an hour. So, the best way is to start small. Divide those bottlenecks into 3 buckets and target each of them for coming 7 days to do consistently. Say, targeting for the first week, you'll wake up early and go for a walk. Or go to the gym, but do very light exercise for minimum 30 minutes. This way, by the end of the 7 days, you'll at least wake up early, and thus, from next week onwards, target the next step. Say, doing extensive exercise and doing that for 7 days. Start small, but be consistent, and give yourself mini goals to be achieved every week unless you develop a habit. 21 days. Many people believe that a habit can be formed or can also be destroyed in 21 days. And therefore, you need to make sure that you are counting exercise for 3 weeks, but targeting different challenges each week. This way, you'll have a new motivation or target each week that you will need to overcome. So there will not be any boredom for same routine always. And by the end of those 21 days, your body will accept the new routine. It takes 21 days to form an easy habit though. Maxwell Maltz, a surgeon, did this research on his patients and concluded that it takes minimum 21 days to form a habit. Later, Philippia Lally, a healthy psychology researcher, examined that it takes 66 days to form a habit based on the medium from the study of 96 people for 12 weeks continuously. 1. Be prepared a night before. If you are willing to hit the gym in the morning and your early morning challenges are waking up, quickly get ready and then visit the gym. Then the best way out suggested is to make your gym wear, shoes, and other required things ready before you go to bed. A few experts have also suggested to hide your alarm clock below the gym wear. When things are right in front of you, your brain will guide you to go ahead rather than coming up with yet another excuse. 2. Find an accountability partner, preferably an expert. Usually people start exercise, including walking, running, any sports or gymming, with a lot of enthusiasm, but after a few days, within a week, they discontinue this practice. There are 2 major reasons for that. They expect some immediate results which they don't see within the first week. There is no one to ask them about the progress. To overcome number 2, the best way out is to have an accountable partner. An accountable partner can be a friend or an acquaintance who accompanies you during those first 21 days. His company is itself a motivation for you to wake up early. Preferably, find an expert as your accountability partner. A lazy person might not wake up and will demotivate you too. So, choose wisely. 3. Track exercises and publicize it. Since there are no immediate results of these exercises, an impact can be seen after a month or so. Thus, the best strategy to keep yourself on track is to keep track of your workout. There are so many smartwatches, apps, and other such devices that track your footsteps, heart rate, speed, distance, etc., and keep rewarding you for your efforts. So start tracking. Research. In a study mentioned in Sean Atcher's book, The Happiness Advantage, patients in depression were divided into 3 groups to be treated with medication, exercise, and a combination of the two. The results of the experiment were surprising. Initially, all 3 groups experienced similar improvements in their happiness levels, but the follow-up assessments proved radically different. The groups were then tested 6 months later to assess their relapse rate. From the group that took medication alone, 38% had slipped back into depression. Among the combination group, patients were doing slightly better, with a 31% relapse rate. But the biggest impact came from the exercise group. The relapse rate was only 9%. In yet another study, in the last 20 years, time spent on exercise has been the same, but the sitting time has increased 2 times, thus leading to obesity. Another study also found that 1 hour of sitting in front of the TV for over the age of 25 years reduces gradually the life by 22 minutes. Now calculate your annual TV time and how much your life has been reduced. Sunbath. Sitting in the sunlight for at least 10 to 20 minutes a day is very good for the body, as the sunlight gives us vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential, as that is directly linked to our mood. When the vitamin D level in our body goes up, so does the serotonin, the hormone that impacts our mood. Therefore, sitting in the sun makes us healthier both emotionally and physically. Being in the sun also increases our vitality and energy. Richard Ryan, a psychology professor at the University of Rochester, states that research has shown that people with a greater sense of vitality don't just have more energy for things they want to do. They are also more resilient to physical illnesses. One of the pathways to health may be to spend more time in natural settings. Mental exercise. Along with physical exercise, we also need mental exercise, which is a must for a good memory. We need to have a good memory so that we can remember the best moments of our life. In 2018, Meek Viking and his team at the Happiness Research Institute conducted a global study of happy memories called the Happy Memory Study, which is the basis of his new book, The Art of Making Memories. To him, nostalgia is a form of self-care, and our memories are a reservoir of happiness. In an interview, he told that by traveling back to happier times, we can counteract negative feelings like anxiety, loneliness, and meaninglessness. According to him, the research shows that having a reservoir of happy memories is significantly correlated with present happiness. Best ways to improve memory. Paying attention and being mindful at the moment. Building memories on all 5 senses. Experiencing or doing something new. Building triggers with your earlier memories. Regular recalling of the events. Creating acronyms. There is one more strategy for developing your memory, and that is playing memory games such as Lumosity or Elevate that enhances your memory and aptitude. Jim Quick, the learning expert in his masterclass on Mind Valley, has talked about an easy way to remember things in a particular order. He has suggested creating a map, either of the route or on the body, and then allocating names to remember to different parts of the map, and then visualizing them in your brain. For example, if we want to remember 5 words, namely plants, balls, bulb, snake, and dumbbells, then we can create a map on our body starting from our head, eyes, mouth, neck, and shoulders. And now visualize this. Plants being grown on your head. 2 balls in our eyes. Anyways, there are eyeballs. A bulb switched on within our mouth. Snake wrapped around our neck. Heavy dumbbells being placed on our shoulders. Now, when you visualize this, you will remember the name and the order of these 5 things for long. By the way, do you remember the 8 principles which were already read in the book? Exercise has other major factors that enhance our health and happiness. Eating habits and sleep. As per Tom Rath, author of the book, the major factors that enhance our health the most are eat, move, sleep. He has also focused on all the 3 aspects. In case any of them isn't controlled, the effect of the exercise on the body will not be optimal. Sleep. A good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book. Irish proverb. The second aspect of a healthy life is to have a sound of sufficient and proper sleep. However, because of our irregular lifestyle, we are compromising on this particular factor. Research. Research suggests how much we sleep is closely linked to our overall happiness. When we're sleep deprived, our risk for depression and higher stress level increases. As per one of the studies, only 2.5% of the people feel rested after sleeping for less than 7 hours per day. Sleep deprivation makes a person less attractive and also increases his chances of making mistakes. As per yet another study, if a person sleeps 90 minutes lesser than his average sleep time, his attentiveness is reduced by 1/3. If the person sleeps less than 6 hours, he is found to be 30% less happy. Activity. 1. Don't carry your phone, TV to your room, or else make sure you have 30 minutes of no screen time before sleeping. 2. Reduce the room temperature by 2 degrees for a better sleep. 3. Try to be in bed at the same time every day. 8. We, as human beings, are prone to get attracted, or might be good to say distracted, to delicious but unhealthy foods, such as burgers, cold drinks, pizzas, sugary carbonated beverages, chips, sweets, etc. We crave for them because we like them and assume they are making us happy. But in the long run, they are impacting our health, and if we aren't healthy, simply we can't be happy. Therefore, it's just to choose wisely what we have to eat. Changing these habits of switching from junk food to healthy food is not easy. However, few good practices can be followed. These are also mentioned by Tom Rath in his book, Move, Eat, Sleep. 1. Food arrangement. Shift the unhealthy food choice at the backside of the Almirah refrigerator. and keep the healthy ones in front. This way, we'll naturally pick the thing that is visible to us and slowly shift towards the healthy choices. Keep fruits on the dining table where it's visible to all the family members. 2. Use smaller plates. We tend to eat as per the capacity of the plate. Just try using the bigger plate one day and smaller plates another day. You'll be taking an equal number of servings. However, your quantity will be reduced. So, try using smaller plates, especially when you have an unhealthy meal. One of the theories also suggests to use dark-colored crockery instead of white, because a white plate usually looks bigger, and therefore we pour in more food than what we can actually eat. 3. Carry healthy snacks in your car. If you keep healthy snacks like snack bars, fruits, health drinks in your car, so at the time we feel hungry, we'll choose the food available to us, the healthy ones in this case, rather than stopping somewhere and picking up fast food items. These are some small hacks which can have a huge impact on our health. 4. Starting a meal with healthy food. It's advisable to have healthy food first when we have a variety of options to eat, like in the case of a buffet, because eating healthy food first will fill our stomach to a considerable extent, and less space will be left for unhealthy food. You would have experience during a buffet. We hardly get the hunger to explore the desserts. 5. Eat breakfast like a king, dinner as a beggar. As per many researches, this has been proved that the healthy and heavy breakfasts, as calories in the first half of the day, should be taken so that sufficient time is given to burn the same. On the other hand, if the same amount of calories is taken at the same time of dinner, we are not left with many options to burn them. 6. Dine early. As early dinner, before 7 p.m., is recommended by many, as then we'll be having 3 hours or more before we sleep. A light dinner and an early one will give a lot of time to the body for digestion and even clearing the fats from the body. 7. Skipping one meal a week. Having just one meal on any one day of the week will also be considered as a healthy option. This will help the body to burn fats and cleanse the unwanted materials. But be consistent and make sure that you are skipping the meal on the same day of every week. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned for Key 10. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book.